Are your anxious and out of control thoughts ruling your life? Firstly, I want you to know that you are not alone. Anxiety is a very, very real problem. And I know you would have been trying so many different things to try and shift and move this feeling out of your body, right? It's so uncomfortable. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, I promise, because I want you to get this tool and quickly. But before I give it to you, I want you to fully understand how and why it works. So please stick with me whilst I explain this. So your nervous system controls everything in your entire body. It's made up of your brain and your spinal cord, and your spinal cord basically has access to every single nerve and atom and cell in the rest of your body. So there are various different sectors of your nervous system which have different roles and responsibilities within the body, all working to keep you healthy and keep you safe. So how does all of this relate to anxiety? What's the relevance of your nervous system and anxiety? Well, when we learn how to understand and map our nervous systems, we basically begin to learn how to manage and control anxiety, anger, frustration, or any other emotional response. So your nervous system gives you a direct map to being able to understand and manage these emotions. So as you go through life and experience different emotions and different intensities of those emotions, your brain holds the memory in your subconscious mind. So we've all been there where, you know, we've thought back to a memory that we maybe experienced in childhood or in early adulthood. And you'll notice that you have the exact same emotional response, almost as if it was happening again. So your brain holds the memory in your subconscious mind, plus your nervous system remembers how it felt. So that's an example of how your subconscious mind is remembering these memories and your body's having the exact same emotional response. So the more intense or consistent the emotion, the more it will remember. So the more intense or consistent the emotion, the more it will remember. So this is why it's really, really important to acknowledge intensities of the emotion, but also how consistent was it? So how many times did you feel anxious or angry or sad, or how many times did you feel unsafe? So the intensity, that as in how intense does the emotion feel at the time, plus how consistent over a period of time was it. So if you're in a job or a relationship that is stressful, you will know how quickly this goes from bearable, manageable, and then day by day it gets less and less and less and less bearable, right? So your nervous system is holding on to the feeling and it's recognizing, I'm unsafe. Right? I'm unsafe in this environment. This environment isn't safe to me anymore. And it's triggering the fight or flight response in your body to essentially protect you. So your nervous system is constantly looking and scanning the environment to make sure that you're safe. And if you're not safe, for example, stress in the environment, i.e. you don't like your job, the stress is enough to trigger this fight or flight response in your body. But here is the kicker. Here is the kicker. If you have been experiencing anxiety over a consistent and prolonged period of time, your nervous system basically will adapt and it recognizes this is my new normal. This is my new place of operation. And it keeps you in this constant state. Or alternatively, you may find that you feel anxious and you don't know why. So this is something I hear a lot. I'm anxious and I don't know why. This is because your nervous system has now learned to protect you before it even receives a command. Okay, so going back to the example of the stressful job and it becoming less and less bearable. So because you're turning up at that job role every single day, your nervous system immediately goes into fight or flight because it's like, well, I've been feeling this really intense emotion and it's been incredibly consistent over the last, let's say, 3 to 4 months that I've been feeling this stress when I get to work. So now your nervous system's like, this is where we operate from the most. We're just going to go there straight away before we even receive the command. So how do we overcome this? We need to look at two things. We need to look at the nervous system and we need to look at your thoughts. So step one, I'm going to give you guys some steps. So if you've got a pen and piece of paper, great. Feel free to grab one and you can make notes here. So step one, this is really awareness. So the fact that you're even listening to this video, you've got to this point, tells me that you're ready to become aware of these patterns. So step one is awareness. You want to be recognizing when your body is going into that state of fight or flight, into that state of anxiety, and notice how it feels when it happens. So for me, it's like little butterflies or some kind of like jittery feeling in my body, and it's really hard to ignore. It sometimes feels heavy on my chest, it feels heavy on my back, and you know, my muscles are really tense, and it's kind of like you're constantly just on edge. So it's like you're looking to see, like, you know, where the threat is. My body's essentially like scanning for threats. So step two, you're going to basically trick your nervous system into being calm. And you're going to do this by breathing. So in a state of fight or flight, you will be breathing really short and shallow, and your mind will be hyper focused on anxiety or whatever the threat is, or the stress. So we're going to practice deep belly breathing here. So this is a really, really simple practice. So you might notice when you are in a state of fight or flight that your breath stops around here, or maybe towards your diaphragm or your ribs. So what you really want to do is when you inhale in through your nose, become really aware of the breath as it travels through your airwaves. And I want you to see how far down into your belly you can take that breath. So maybe you want to put one hand on your belly and you want to inhale. And the trick is to see if you can get your hand to move out with your belly and then back in, move out with your belly and then back in. So you really want to be expanding your belly with each inhale and then letting it go. And even just by me being present and taking those 2 or 3 breaths there, I instantly feel calmer. It instantly makes me feel like I'm in control, and I feel more relaxed. So you're going to trick your nervous system here. So the deep belly breaths is really where your power is to be able to use your breath to come back into the state of being calm. It's impossible for you to be in a fight or flight response when you're having really deep belly breath. So it's a really, really good trick. Whilst you're doing this, you're going to basically close your eyes and remind yourself of everything that you want to believe about yourself. So obviously situation dependent. If you can't close your eyes for whatever reason, definitely don't close your eyes while you're driving. You're going to just remind yourself in your head, whether it's eyes open or closed, I am calm, I am safe, I am protected, I am in control, I am guided, I have faith, I am learning, I am growing. So those last two, I am learning, I am growing, are so powerful. You know, if you're stressed, or if you're in a situation that it's confusing, or you feel like you're not where you want to be. I feel like where you are is not where you want to be. I am calm, I am guided, I have faith, I am learning, I am growing. So you're telling yourself, you're reminding yourself that where you are right now is temporary. And you are moving forward, you are learning, you are growing, you are protected, you are in control. So you're moving forward, you're switching your focus from the problem to the solution. And step number 4 is that you're basically just going to keep doing this over and over. You can do it with your eyes open, but you basically just need to bring your focus somewhere on your body. So if you want to focus on the tip of your nose, if you want to focus on your chest or even on your belly, doesn't matter where you focus, just bring all of your awareness to your body inwards, okay? So with anxiety, we tend to extend to fix it by something external to us. We tend to think that the solution is external, so not wanting to be alone, or feeling like we need something off someone else to feel safe. Maybe even alcohol or drugs or shopping or any type of, other temporary high that we indulge in to make us feel better, but it's only ever temporary. That's only ever a temporary fix. The skill here is to get your nervous system and your subconscious mind on board with this new belief that I create my own safety. Safety is within me. I am safe. I am in control. I can overcome this. So the trick here is really, really to practice this. This is a practice. So the more that you do it, the easier that this will become. And then there'll be days when you're really good at this. There'll also be days when you're really bad at this, right? So that's just the whole process of learning a new practice. So just accept that, you know, it's going to be easy and then it's going to be really hard, and it's always situation dependent. But your skill and your power is bringing all of that awareness inwards. I create my own safety. Safety is within me. I am safe and in control. I can overcome this. So give this a go. Like I said, you won't be perfect. Just, you know, you won't be perfect. So don't aim for perfect. Just aim for practice. And if you can do this once, you can do this a million times over. So let me know how you go. Thank you so much for reaching the end of the video, and I can't wait to see you soon.